Hello.
Hi. 1 second.
Hold on, I'm getting a little relaxation.
Little relaxation. You guys, hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
good. How you doing?
So good. I didn't just go to
You
a
look
parade
awesome
though.
today. I put mine kind of on display too. I was like, she always has the best shirts.
Mhm.
Oh wow, that one's like glamorous. Almost like it looks like it could be the rest of like a gown that's going to like a
Yeah,
yeah
it's not. It's like barely a shirt.
yeah, but it's awesome. I like it.
It's like it's held on. I don't know if you can see.
By
Anyway,
a string.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
Here for it.
That's today's.
I like it.
So
Wait,
so
Cody
parade.
got
You
you
just got
that?
to.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I've had this one for a while.
Okay, love it. Yeah, parade.
Yeah. Sweet.
I think I'm actually good.
Like
I
a
don't want to. I
Christmas
don't want to
parade.
do what I did last week, or last. Yeah.
I forgot. Good times. Good times.
All right. Say goodbye, baby.
Brian.
Bye.
We'll have to have him and Cody actually on someday, like we talked about doing soon.
Absolutely, we should.
Okay. Mwah, love you. Alrighty. Anyways, so yeah,
Welcome back.
welcome back. Just got back from a parade, and then we have another parade tonight. How stupid! Two parades in one day. Why? Why?
Christmas parades or what's
Yeah, yeah, and they do it
Um,
every year. Like, and the twirlers participate in it every year. So yeah, I shouldn't be surprised or anything. Not that I was. I'm just like, why do we always do this to ourselves?
right? It's always fun when you're there, but getting there is a whole different deal.
Yeah. Well, this was the first year that Elena was in the parade, and she was on the little float, and this was also her very first like float parade or whatever.
Yeah.
So she really didn't know what to do, and it took like you get there like an hour and a half before the parade starts, and then like
Keeping
at
them
the beginning,
occupied.
she's twirling, she's having fun, like she was all into it, but then she was like just more and more like just a kid wanting to go out and adventure. So
The novelty wears off.
a lot of the pictures I have of her playing in dirt with sticks and stuff. And then by the time the parade starts and she's actually on the float, she's like,
I'm done.
you know, like, yeah, she's just done. So now, because that went so well, we're going to do it again tonight.
Oh, great. So do they have like a light parade tonight? Is that the
Yeah, they'll put little like little glowy things on the end of their batons, and it's really cute. And she'll probably have more fun because nighttime and
glowy?
lights and glowy stuff. Yeah, but it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I'm like, how do they? Okay, we have a light parade, but it's freaking cold. But I guess you guys are still
Yeah.
rather balmy.
Yeah, this morning was more hot than like it was when we got out of the car.
Really?
It was like 70, I think, and then it just warmed up, as the day went on. Yeah, Florida.
Okay, I'll be there tonight for the parade.
That would be so cool. You just get one of Cody can get a private jet and just fly you guys down.
And we'll go. If we start now, we could probably be
if you
there.
start right now. Okay,
Yeah.
bye. If only.
I wish.
I just wish we could teleport. Like, there's so many activities I want to do that I need like a
buddy for.
Yeah, a partner in crime. Like, there's a lot of people that'll be like, I want to do this, but then like, they're not, they're talk, but there's not a whole lot of action. Whereas I know if I called you and was like, we're gonna do this, you'd be
I was
like,
right down the street and like, yeah,
exactly. You'd
you
be
need somebody
down
to match your energy and be like, okay, this is gonna happen.
Exactly. Because I can make a lot of things happen, but without just a little bit from somebody else, like it's hard to make everything happen. So
yeah,
I need an Emily companion closer, and I need it to be you. Can you hear that? I think here comes Elena.
Oh, not at all.
You don't?
Sweet.
Okay. We'll see.
I don't hear it at all. I'm just moving my little blanket because I get cold.
What are you talking about? That shirt's not keeping you warm?
No, it's not. And it's actually made of metal, so it's even worse.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse,
I really like it, but there's not a whole lot of places to wear
I know.
it.
Here we go. That could be some clickbait though. Get someone to accidentally click on it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly. Did I like
No, I was like, I'm gonna but you win for sure.
I win.
I love that top.
It's a competition. I'll get you a matching one, and we'll just go
Oh
out.
my
and be like,
God, yes.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
We invented Post-it notes.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again
We should,
because
because
I
I don't
remember
even know what
liking
I'm
it. Just
quoting.
I do.
You do.
I
I don't like
remember that
recall
part.
the scene and everything. I'm just saying it and I know what it's from, but I can't remember like what's going on. Anyway.
I just remember it being like, yeah, that's pretty much us. A little more extreme, but yes.
I really gotta go watch it again because, like I said, I don't
Okay.
know.
Let's
Alrighty,
do it.
so
That'll be our assignment.
so this week is my week to pick what we're going to talk about on our Little White Pig events.
Yes.
Which, welcome back to our Little White Pig events.
Welcome back.
We should hey Mike, will you make us a theme song?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
So I text Emily this week because I actually had a facial, which was awesome. I have like a buildup of like massage envy things because I'm supposed to be getting a massage because like work kills my back. But then when I can actually schedule, they're booked up, but they had a facial. So I was like, screw it. I'll get a facial.
I'm doing a facial.
Yeah. I don't do them often. I don't know.
Well, your face looks good.
Thanks. It just
always
felt
looks
like
good,
rubbing
but-
lotions around on my face. It was good. But anyways, so the poor guy, like, triggered me, I think, when he said the term, everything happens for a reason. And
Yes.
I don't think it used to trigger me the way it does now, but it made me like, I kind of had this whole conversation. I mean, obviously nice, polite. We were just having a conversation, but I was like, after he got done telling me all his story and how everything happens for a reason, I was like,
Does it?
Does it?
Does it? Yeah.
I was like, am I
Does
the only
it?
one who's triggered by this? And I text him and she was like, oh my God, yes. Like that triggers me too.
That's
And so then I don't know, we got to talking and I wanted to do just like the old sayings, quips or whatever that we've heard. And the ones that have stood the test of time and the ones that maybe the meaning has just changed or something over time to where like that one, I know I used to say that.
yeah.
Everything happens
Well,
for a reason.
I think coming from a religious standpoint, it makes more sense because you're like, God knows everything. God's planned everything. Your whole life is planned out. You're just like living the video of your life, and like
Basically, yeah.
everything happens for a reason. And I used to love that. Like I used to live by that. But
yeah,
can I tell you when I
more
stopped?
than anything. Please tell me when you stopped. Yeah.
I will tell you when I stopped. So right when I was questioning things religiously, my husband's brother, who is a freaking stud, passed away in a horrible accident. And he left behind a wife and a 1-year-old, and his wife was pregnant. And it was the worst. It was the worst.
Yeah.
And when I went to the funeral, I had people coming up and saying like, oh, he's in a better place. You know, everything happens for a reason. And I wanted to punch every single one of them. Like, are you kidding me? You know, he's in a better, where is he? I don't know where he, like, I would love to know exactly where he is. And I would love to know.
For them, I guess they believe they do, which is the luxury of just being able to blindly believe something, I guess.
Yeah. And you can't, I don't know. They mean well. They're not trying to be jerks, but to tell a mother who just lost her husband when she's pregnant and has a 1-year-old that he's in a better place. Yeah. What better place? Tell me where that better place is. Like,
yeah.
What?
You know, the way that like, this is going way off topic, but I keep having this thought, like the way that people who want to share their religion feel about wanting to share their religion, like, and the way that they'll talk about people who don't believe it, like they believe that those people are going to hell. Like they have no problem saying that. That's a negative thing, you know? But then whenever somebody says something about, I just stating, I don't believe it. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good thing, which is literally just my opinion. All they're sharing is their opinion. But when I say it, I'm against Christians. When their whole thing, just believing everyone who's not them is going to hell, how is that not against me? You know what I mean?
They don't see it that way.
I just had, but I know they don't see it that way, but it doesn't change that that's the reality of it.
Yeah, they don't realize
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get to believe what you believe, and that's fine, and you can say it, and I get to believe what I believe, and that's fine, and I should be able to say it without it feeling like it's an attack on you. My disbelief is not an attack on your belief, even if I'm going it's stupid because that's mine. I think it's stupid. You think it's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And I could be wrong. You could be right.
Anyways,
It's all good.
yeah.
But everything happens for a reason. It gets me. And even, I don't know, even if it was true, you can take all the things that happen to you and you can bring good out of it,
Mhm.
even the suckiest things. But you don't tell that to somebody, one that's going through it, right?
Mhm.
You can say whatever's happening sucks ass, and that's it, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it happened for a reason.
Yeah. Well, and I guess it's
I don't know.
that gives them some sort of sense of like it being okay, so they want to share it, and I get it.
Yeah.
But it while it's well meaning, it's met with like really negative feelings. So yeah, I would want people to understand that that's like not not helpful for sure.
Mhm.
But they're speaking for themselves. They're saying what they need to say to get through like the situation.
Yeah.
But like yeah, I think for me, I don't think I ever really believed it. I think it's just another thing
Yeah.
I said, another thing because from a very young age, like I definitely have had things that have happened to me in my life starting at pretty young ages that I'm like, whenever I heard that, like the fact that I was um abused by a brother-in-law when I was younger. Like
That happened for a
that
reason,
was
huh?
the reason? That was part of some bigger plan? No, the
Yeah.
reason that happened
Right.
is because he's a bad person and he would get drunk and do bad things. That's the
Mhm.
reason. But
Yeah.
implying it was for some bigger, like
There was something you
thing that
needed to
was
learn from it.
creating me that I needed to be created. Like I am created, that's a fact. And all the things that have happened to me have led up to what I am now. But like I don't believe in any way that there was some reason that that had to happen to me to get
No.
me to this point,
Besides, he was,
yeah,
yeah,
you can only say that from a place of privilege when everything that's happened in your life, you know you can
mhm.
I mean, and like I don't think that anybody who's gone through certain things, like I've had different health issues too, that it's like to what end, to like
Right.
to so I never believed it, but I repeated it a lot and it didn't trigger me
Yeah.
because it was just I guess I didn't realize I didn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, it was just part of the things I was taught and I said, and I did a whole lot of just following along because that's what a good little Mormon girl does. And
Well,
I
I
was never
think
even like that holy girl at all. I just was like always still trying to stay close to the goldenrod, you know?
that's right. Well, I fully believed that. Everything happens for a reason. I believed it.
Well, how could I
Um,
though? How could I? How could I at 7 years old hear that and be like,
yeah.
even though I wasn't
Okay.
actually having that association, it also
Hmm.
never made me feel anything. It was just like a thing we say,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
So what are some of the other ones, if any, that trigger you?
The ones that trigger me.
Yeah.
The one from before that was they're in a better place after somebody dies. It's like, do you know where they are? Like,
Mhm.
it's great to think they're in heaven, but do you know what heaven is? Do you know? You don't
Yeah.
know where they are. Leave me alone. Like,
Yeah.
um, uh, let's see.
Do you have anything that comforts you when someone passes that is your belief outside of like religion or whatever?
That's been a really weird thing to try and figure out
Mhm.
because I just knew there was like a little special heaven where people go, and then all of a sudden I have to question what I believe, and it's like I don't know anymore. But there are
Yeah.
things that happen at like I don't know. For this sounds really silly, but like when I'm driving by myself and a certain song comes on the radio at a certain time, I'm always like, oh hey, for my people that I loved who have passed on. Like
Yeah.
it's like you get little messages if you're looking for them,
Yeah.
and I don't know
See,
whether that's true or not, but
it
I
could
like
just
to
be our
believe that.
mind making the associations, but either way,
Yeah.
it's also keeping them alive in your memory, so it's not a bad thing either
Hmm.
way. And I have
Yeah.
the same thing with like Kimmy passing and now butterflies. Every day I see butterflies every single day, and I don't know if it's that I am just so hyper aware of butterflies. Like I'm looking for them at
Yeah.
all times, I think.
Yeah.
So. I'm like, but
And
I
whether or
think
not it's actually her, it does make you think
it
of
feels
her,
like a
and so
connection,
she is there.
exactly. But I also,
Mhm.
I think I don't feel a negative about people dying though either. Just like,
Yeah.
you know, like I because I don't believe in a
You
hell. When you don't believe in a heaven, you don't believe in a hell. So I don't believe that they're suffering, which makes me
No.
happy. And you know, like the person who is suffering is a person who's left behind, essentially. You know, like,
Yeah, there's an
and
emptiness, definitely.
yeah, and we miss that person and who that person's going to become.
Mhm.
And that's
Well, I was
sad, and there's nothing you can do about that. But as far as like
yeah.
if she's okay or if whoever's okay, thankfully, even without having a God, I have like a peace with like I don't believe that there's pain there. And I think I believe that there's like energy. And then like we've talked about before, like when we did
Yeah.
the past lives of kids, I was like, I like there's an energy and maybe a piece of us that holds on, but I don't know that I could believe that like our consciousness and this one life moves on.
Yeah.
So like I don't know that she exists or that will ever exist again, but I hope she exists in the butterflies and it gives me peace. So
Mhm. Yeah. I I was talking to my mom about it just last weekend. They came up.
mm-hmm.
I was just like, what a weird freaking thing death is. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden somebody you know and love is just gone. Just
Mm-hmm.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it drives me crazy.
And
So
the
I
world
don't
keeps
I don't love it.
spinning. The world just keeps spinning. Life just
Yep.
keeps moving on. And
The
it's
sun
the
rises the
worst
next
thing
day and
ever. And no matter what, it just keeps going. So,
yep.
and it makes
Yeah. So death is
everything
not my
so
favorite thing.
I need
Not my favorite thing.
definitely never been in my top anything. So, um,
Agreed.
so
Agreed.
I have another one that like I heard all the time growing up that I've had like it's been triggering at like aspects of my life. There was a time when I didn't like it, and that's this too shall pass. Did you hear that one a lot or no?
Yeah, I actually used that this week.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Is that one triggering
my
to you at all or no?
depends on what it's used for. Like
Yeah.
my daughter was my college age daughter was away from
Mhm.
home. She was super, super sick this week.
Yeah.
And so I just talked to her through the night and I'm like, I know it really sucks, but this too shall pass. You know what? You just gotta hang on and
Yeah.
you'll get better. But yeah, there are lots of
Yeah.
times when it's not helpful.
Yeah. In the moments, I think even those times sometimes because I remember people saying it to me and being like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like you could say like it's not actually I don't know if it's actually helpful other than that once you go through it and you realize it passes and that every single time another thing happens and you realize
Yeah.
life does just keep moving on. Like even when the worst things happen, it's going to keep going and so it sucks and then you pick up the pieces and you move on.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it triggered me, I think, because I don't even know. It just used to be my mom said it so much, I guess. I guess I just got sick of hearing it or something, or I got sick of there always being a reason to have to say it.
Uh-huh.
So, but then as I got older and I realized I deal with things better because I do understand that. I feel it. I get it. Like
Yeah. This pain won't last
like
forever.
and you have no control. So to give in, I don't know, like it's just how I move forward and it's what helps me, I guess.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, so there's that one. And now that one, it's so funny because it bothered me for a while. Like I was like, oh God, I hate that one. I heard it too much growing up or something. And now I'm like, I might get that tattooed on me somewhere. Like on my rib right here. Or
Yeah.
right by my butt. This too shall pass. Just kidding.
I
Gross. Gross.
I would love to get that tattooed and like the
Uh,
whole time just be complaining to the tattoo artist. Like this is the worst. This is the worst. No, what are you getting tattooed again? What?
This is never gonna end.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know who I should have used that on the other day? That this too shall pass. So I guess I could say it because I'm not saying names. I had a patient, some broad who um just was complaining and like the thing she was complaining about it was just so hard to relate or even care, you know. I
Uh-huh.
would have just said to her problems, this too shall pass. Like
Too
her
shall pass.
problems, she she came in first, saying the typical, like, oh, I hate it here. I hate the dentist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I hate you too. Just kidding. I don't say that. I don't say that. I never say that.
The dentist
But
is the worst.
but it's just like,
Yes.
all right, I get it. I get it. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So I always try to make a little joke about it or whatever and just be silly. But so she starts with that and she's just complaining something about her appointment, as they do, because despite being some of the only people who actually get to go to the dentist on a regular basis, the fact that they have to wait at all because we don't have
Sad day.
enough people to take care of everybody that needs all the help all the time, and we're just backed up like crazy. And so then she's, so I'm already just like trying to be like understanding, but also like, oh God, lady. And then she tells me, and on top of it all, yesterday was such a bad day. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And then every single problem was like so fucking stupid that I was just like,
I was walking out of the house
go
and my
do some
jacket caught on the
community,
doorknob.
go do some community service and see what real problems are. Go take care of other people. You were so privileged and living outside of it and just being taken care of, please. But I just listened to her talk about how when she went for her nail appointment, it was double booked. So she had to come back an hour later, so she had to go get coffee. And then she came home and there were these pants that she had ordered and they didn't like fit her right. So she had to call and she like couldn't get a real person and she was kept getting, but she heard the way that she said she had such a horrible day. And then all the stories were like akin to those stories, just very much like everything didn't go perfectly smooth for me in all directions. And I was just like, huh, like I was like, I can't be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't even respond because I was like, my God.
Poor soul.
You poor soul. This too shall pass.
Mama said there'd be days like these. Woo.
You got it rough. You're living here in the last generation to have everything covered in retirement and all these things. And
you know what? This session's free.
Yeah.
You've been through enough.
That's pretty much what we do because they complain. And then because they're the ones that are going to go complain and leave it, it's like, oh, just make them happy.
Yeah, just get them out of here.
And then I'm like, but then if we keep doing that, then we just keep making it seem like that's okay. But also we're not allowed to do anything else. So just smile.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Yeah. No, I did. I just like went, like, I think I just made like a sound like, oh, like, okay, acknowledging it. But then I was like, so how's your home care? How's your brushing and flossing habits? Just moved on. But so, yeah.
Yes.
Anyways.
At the same token though, like whenever I'm going through something really hard, there's always a little voice in my head that's like, hey, your super bad day is somebody's like, I don't know, not even an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Like
which helps you move forward. It doesn't make it that this doesn't suck, but also it's like just remember, like everybody's got issues. Life is pain, Highness.
Is pain.
It is.
I watched that this week.
Princess Bride. It's my favorite because I'm like, it doesn't even mean it in like a, oh, woe is me, or it's just life is pain. Like shit's just not gonna go your way, and that getting you upset, just like, I don't know.
Well, and we all have our triggers too, though.
We do, for sure.
Even if I'm having a great day, if I bend my head down and like come up and whack my head on the corner of a cabinet, it's over. Like, I don't know why that fires me up so bad, but it's like split second, someone's gonna die. Like, it passes quickly when I'm like, oh yeah, that fire is like.
No, I definitely have those things that trigger me. The other day, I hit, like, speaking of hitting something, while I was working on a patient, I turned and hit my knee on this hard part of the chair 2 times, and it felt like the funny bone type thing. And the second time was when it was like, like, I'm gonna
did it again.
Like,
no,
I have sharp instruments in my hands. Like, oh my God, because it was nobody's fault, but it really was like, it jarred me to the point that I was like, oh my God, like.
But Rach, this
next
too shall
person
pass.
to cross me, this too shall pass. Yeah, I mean, but I also didn't go tell somebody what a rough day I had, that I banged my knee.
I had the worst day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's got their problems. I get it. But
yeah, it's.
And they're all valid or whatever, but also see your privilege just a little bit, please.
Yeah. Just realize there's also crappy things that happen to others. that
Yeah.
may seem worse.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
don't
so I didn't write a list of these. I just was kind of
me neither.
going
I
over them.
never do. I never do. I did like Google some shiz, and there's one that Anthony hates. I'm trying to think of
What's
right
that?
now. Hold on.
Okay, wait, I do have one. There's one
Okay.
that I think Cody used to point it out, but when people say, no offense, but it's whatever's gonna follow is super offensive, like all the time.
Yeah.
No offense, but
Offense coming. But
but you shouldn't take offense because I said no offense. So it means no offense.
I have not heard that as much anymore, but I do remember there was a time, and I think a lot of people kind of pointed that out, like, you know, that's just you being an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get to take away what
Yeah,
other
you don't
people
get to tell
feel.
people whether or not they're offended by whatever you say. But so I
Said
think
no
that one went
offense.
away, thankfully.
Yeah,
No offense, but yeah, no, I get that one. So one that
yeah.
Anthony, oh God, hold on, it's gonna come to me if I just shut up.
Um,
Not happening.
all right. Well, if it comes to you,
It
let me
will. It
know.
will. Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of them that come with growing up going to church, like probably not just Mormons or whatever.
Hmm.
But did you ever hear the one that guys used to get told that was like, um, every good deed you do is an extra point of hotness your wife will have?
I think I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that one kind of sucks. Like, or you could just be a
who
good
came up with that?
person.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How hot your
Um,
wife will be.
yeah.
You know, when we were I was at um Busch Gardens yesterday for a field trip, and I was just kind of I was with four teenage girls and they were doing their own thing, so I was doing a lot of people watching as we were walking around because they were like in their own world, and I just noticed how many different body types there were, and how I would say I didn't see one that I would say is just that ideal, you know what I mean? What everybody sees as
Yeah,
ideal, and
stunning.
it's like there are so many body types. How did we all get so mind warped to think there was an ideal? There was then I'm because I'm looking around and I'm
I don't
like,
know.
there's so many different shapes that it's just like and healthy in a lot of different ways too. Like it wasn't just like there's skinny and there's big, and I don't really pay attention to that much, but
No, but there's
like I was looking for the like I'm like and maybe it's just that like
there's no Barbie dolls walking around. It's just, of
not really, yeah. I mean, again, there's very beautiful girls, but I'm just
course.
like I wouldn't say any one of them was like the perfect or whatever, and I'm like, I don't think that even exists. I mean, I know it does. I know there are people that are just blessed. You're kind of fucking one of them, by the way.
No, shut up.
Yeah. I mean, I know you
But
got a
everybody's
little enhanced,
every
but it's just, it works.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Um, no, but I was listening to this call-in show one time, and there was a guy that called in, and he was kind of down on himself
Yeah.
for looks and dating, and
Mhm.
he's like, I just don't feel like I can go approach a girl because I'm not this like muscle-bound dude, hot dude. And the lady in the show, she's like, I want you to go to the mall and sit down on a bench and watch all the couples that you see pass you, and you tell me how many of them have a perfect member, or you know what I mean? Like, they're just people. We're all just people. We're all just doing our deal. Like,
Yes.
we have weaknesses, we have strengths, and when you get to know people, that really doesn't matter.
Yeah, and as a like the one thing that I would tell a man who wants a girl is to find someone you actually want to be friends with. Like find a girl
Mhm.
you actually want to be friends with, who you actually like what she does, who she is, what she says. Like
Yeah.
pay a lot more attention to that because there's so many different types of beauty, and like if you're thinking you're going to get perfect when most people are not perfect, including yourself.
Hmm.
Like just try
Yeah.
to be like try to actually like women, not just like attaining women.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously. I think it's because we did that Andrew Tate one
Mm-hmm.
episode that I get Andrew Tate pulled up all the time in my shorts now, and
Mm.
people like unto him.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them that are like, they're talking about finding that unattainable woman or the,
Yeah.
how high your hotness needs to be if you want to get a high value man or whatever. And I just feel really bad for him. I'm like, find somebody that if it was just the two of you on this planet and not all of your stuff, not all of your Bugattis and your shopping and if the two of you were on a desert island, find somebody you'd still have fun with. You know what I mean? You'd still enjoy being with, even if you're not showing off for other people or you're not, amassing wealth. That makes sense. Did I say that right?
I
Anyway,
think
yeah,
so.
find somebody that you actually like being with, like that you can carry on a conversation with. That if they come to you with a complaint, you're not just like, oh my gosh, get away from me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I may
Faux
have
show.
just stumbled over my tongue a lot, but
No, you didn't. You made sense.
anyways, well, it's
Yeah.
good. I think me and Cody
Alrighty.
have that. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think me and Anthony do too. I can't wait. We need more like hangout time. We haven't been,
dates.
we have not been, no, just, well, it'd be great if we could do double dates. That'd be freaking awesome. But
Yeah.
like our kids are so busy. I think we're just at that age, having a 3-year-old still too, because then like anytime the girls aren't busy with some sort of activity, extracurricular, we still have a 3-year-old who's,
Yeah.
just busy
Well,
as all get out. And I'm like, oh,
and you guys did it kind of the same as us, where you have like the older kids and then you got the younger. There's a little bit of a space there. And it does change things. You got all the older kid stuff and all the little kid stuff at the same time.
yeah.
It's a
And I
balancing
think
act.
I don't know if you have more older. My girls don't have a whole lot of interest in watching Elena, that's for sure. So like,
Yeah.
did your girls, I mean, or boy, Cooper, give you
Cooper is
crap
our best
about it?
baby.
He is.
No, I try not to leave them too much. We have one date night that they're really good about watching them, but yeah.
I mean, we pay our girls. There are times when it's like they get dropped off before I get home and they need to share taking care of her, but that's just because it's a need, like until I can get home, where it's their responsibility. But that's just, I feel like that's kind of just a chore, pretty much. But if they watch her on a date night or whatever, we pay them.
Yeah.
So sometimes Bella will be like, okay, I need to make money, but she would prefer we didn't use her for babysitting.
I have one that tries and she's like, yeah, today I will babysit and it will be great. And then half an hour later she's calling and she's like, please come home. Like, this is
it's not for
I
everybody.
don't want to do this anymore.
It's just
It's
not for
not.
everybody, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if Bella's changing because she seems to be, I don't know, less annoyed by Elena actually lately. But she moved there at the time where she was like, I am definitely never having kids. It's like, okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I have one that says that, and I'm like, okay, well, sweet. I'm glad you know that, because the only people who should be having kids are people that want kids.
Yeah. And care about like those kids as humans, not as little things that they control that belong to them. Accessories. Yeah. They're just freaking humans. Yeah.
Yep. You cannot make their decisions for them, no matter how much you want to.
True. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna look here and see if any of these things on this remind me of the one that Anthony hates. A watched pot never boils. I mean, I guess that really only applies to a pot of water.
That's true. I don't know if you're watching something.
Hyper focus on, yeah.
Well, that could, in a roundabout way, go for your kids too. Like, you can't be so focused on them, watching them, waiting for them to do stuff. Just let it be. It'll happen. It's good.
Yes. I might have to go ask. Oh no, it came to me.
You got it.
He does not like the it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is
that one
what
gets
it
him.
is. It gets him.
You can't change it.
I know, and I get it. I get it. But because of the way he feels, like if it's like something he's angry about, just he's like that, it doesn't help him, I guess. And I'm like, even though it's true, doesn't matter that it's true. There's sometimes it's just not helpful.
I think that's the case for a lot of these. Even if it's true, even if things are true, if they're not helpful at the time, you're just a jackass. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Not people, even if you have good intentions, just be okay with people grieving and things being negative or being able to talk about the negative things and not always need to say some quip that's going to magically make it better, because that's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that it is what it is. There's nothing you can fucking
Mhm.
do to change it. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
when you're having a reaction to something, like an emotional reaction especially, that doesn't change the reaction you're having, and the reaction
Doesn't-
you're having is real, and that's what we're addressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I'm really glad is going away is boys will be boys.
Oh God, yes.
Like
A lot of the old
that whole
ideals
culture.
and stereotypical, this is what you have to be. I'm, yes, down with it all, please. And for that.
I mean, I do find it helpful. Like I'm not a dude, obviously,
Mhm.
and sometimes I'm super naive and I don't know how typical dudes think. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And sometimes like my husband will be like, "Oh, like I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't." But he's like, "You don't think that way because you're not a dude." Like there are sometimes ways guys think, and there are
Oh,
sometimes ways that boys will be boys, but it's not an excuse for bad behavior. Like it's
exactly. I
yeah.
think you wrapped that up in a pretty good bow. That's exactly.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Because I know that guys and girls definitely think differently. We
mhm.
just are kind of built different, and that's freaking fine.
That's okay. And it's
Yeah,
not every guy and it's not every girl. It's just
exactly.
in general,
Yeah,
sometimes there are ways we think differently
yeah,
and see things differently.
yeah.
And
But seeing or thinking differently doesn't change actions. They're still,
yeah,
right and
yep.
wrong, and that doesn't
Still
make up for
shouldn't
any
want
of
to
it.
hurt people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Alrighty.
excuse to hurt people.
Um, I'm trying to think if there's any other. There's the
Do you
ones
know
that
what?
are always good that I use that are like
Like what?
helpful, like waste not, want not. Like just trying to remember to do like create less waste. Like also when
Yes.
you don't have a lot, you can't be wasteful. And
Yeah.
sometimes because I
Even if you do
am
have
in
a
a
lot, you shouldn't be wasteful.
yeah, but I'm in a place of privilege at this point in my life, and sometimes I can be wasteful, and I that one will come to me and like remind me like stop this shit, like help
Yeah.
keep me in check a little bit. That one is good. Do you have any good ones?
There's I'm gonna slaughter it because I don't remember how it goes, but the thing that you're frustrated about in your life is what somebody else is praying about or praying for. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
slaughtered
Just
it.
helping you
But
put
yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
Yeah.
The, the things in your life that you're dissatisfied with, somebody else is praying for. So
Yeah.
be it is helpful to be grateful for the things that you have and know that where you are right now is actually a freaking awesome place.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that might not apply to everybody, but
Yeah,
just
okay.
the same.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
No. And there are days that's not
Yeah,
even true
yeah.
for me. Like, I don't
Exactly.
know.
But sometimes it's helpful, and I get that.
Yeah.
The one of the things that I always used to hear that I love and repeat all the time is motion is lotion.
Cody got
Because
that one from you and he says it now.
it's so true. Like
Mhm,
if you like I want to be an active adult, like old person. And I'm like,
mhm.
I'm never gonna be that if I don't get more fucking active now. So I'm like always
Yeah.
reminding myself to just move, 'Cause especially
Mhm.
working with the set of the what is it, the age group that I work with, the aging group that I
Yeah.
work with, and seeing them like struggle to get around or things, and I'm just like, oh my God, what do I want for my future? Like if I'm gonna live a
And
long
how do I
time,
get it?
yeah, exactly. And
Mhm.
I love and repeat that one a lot because I'm like, I always heard it, and now it's like it really resonates with me. Like keep fucking
Yeah.
moving.
I heard one yesterday that was to grow old is a gift. Something like that. Aging is a
Mhm.
gift. And I have to remind myself that because like sometimes when I'm talking to my kid and he's like, "Mom, your forehead looks like tree bark." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, mm, it's
I never
okay.
look at your face and ever see a freaking wrinkle, even if they're there. Like I
Well,
don't look
we all judge
for
ourselves really
imperfections.
harshly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Oh, I
they're
know.
there.
I'm sure if I tried to pick one apart, but I don't look at you that way. And I think whenever I find myself looking and judging other people, if I like find myself doing it, I'll notice that
Mhm.
I've been doing it more to myself too. I judge other
Yeah,
people like if I start being real judgmental of myself because I can pick myself apart, and when I do, I pick other people apart too. So I
yeah,
try not to let myself because I'm like I could obsess about all the things that are wrong with my face. I do it sometimes. I don't like it. I have to tell myself to shut up because your face is your face.
Yep. But yeah, growing older is okay.
Yeah.
I'm making peace with it.
I'm happy to be growing older, otherwise I'd be dead. There's only two options.
Two options.
Yeah. So
Well, and the
get
more
older,
people you
die,
see,
I guess. I mean,
the
I know
more
you. Go ahead.
the more you see people like use plastic surgery on their faces trying to look younger, the more you're like, it's okay. I'll just get old.
Yeah. But then, and there are some times where I see people that I'm like, damn, you look good, and they'll be like, oh yeah,
That's true.
I get a little Botox right here, and I'm like, maybe one day.
Nothing wrong with that.
We'll see. I gotta see it age a little bit more before I put anything in my body, just because I know we're already putting so much into our bodies that's not good for us. I'm like just trying to put less.
You're talking about the donut I ate in between us.
That's my problem.
In between our sessions
food.
there.
Yeah. You did a whole donut just in that teeny little bush?
No, a piece of a donut. I could have done the whole donut.
I believe in you. Okay, well.
Yeah, I can pack it away.
Any more sayings? I got nothing else that's like popping in my head right now. So
my favorite one that I see occasionally that I want to get in a big frame on my wall is just like the important things about life are quotes and things that tell you what life is all about. And then here's a picture of a tree and it just has a tree at the bottom. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I like that because quotes.
Because it's silly.
And we used to write stuff all the time. I actually had my mom look for our poster that we made. Do you remember that? Yeah. I had a big piece of poster paper in my room and we'd just write down like all the little quotes that from movies and things we heard. But ours were all like just kind of inside jokey instead of like meaningful.
Yeah. I would love to see that though, if your mom still has it.
Me too. It was there like a year ago, but then they redid their basement and it got moved. Wow. So
I mean,
I don't know.
If it were me, I probably would have thrown it away. I probably would have taken a picture and thrown it away. But who knows?
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. So even after I left for college and it was left on my wall, my brothers and sisters would come write stuff on it.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
So it got,
I love that. That's awesome.
So it was good.
I don't know why we did that either, other than that it's fucking hilarious.
Because half of what we said were like movie quotes and inside jokes. And like, do you remember who was it that lived in our apartment complex? They're like
Heather. Heather the Hottie.
Yeah.
Heather.
What did she say?
I don't remember.
It was something like
she got me and Emily would put quotes. There was a box in our basement of our apartments, in BYU approved apartments, that was like wasn't it like a compliment box or something? Or you could like
just little notes for people.
Little notes for people, like kind of just a cute thing. So me and Emily would write each other notes because then they would get handed out with this whole thing. And one of these girls that ended up being our roommates eventually they sorted the notes, and so she secretly thought we were really funny when none of the things we were saying were us. All we did was write movie quotes back and forth to each other. I think the one that got her was sorry your mom blew up.
I don't think whoever instituted that box knew who they were dealing with, because we're like, challenge accepted.
I know, it's always giving you notes.
It's true. It's true. I used to put notes in my daughter's lunch bag when she was in elementary school.
Yeah.
But like I'd run out of things to say after like week 2, so I just like write random crap. And there was one I wrote that was like I don't know, some kind of bathroom humor about poop or something. Like I don't know. And that was the one day that like her friend's mom, I just spit. Her friend's mom was visiting and she's like, "Oh, your mom wrote you a note, let me see." And she reads it.
I love that.
I don't get invited to lunch very often now.
So for Bella's 8th grade yearbook, I know she's not gonna watch this, so it won't be a spoiler. But I told you I did a Jack Handy Deep quote on her, like because I didn't know what to write. Like I was like, congratulations on graduating 8th grade. You can like do a thing, but I'm like, I could have said the whole like "we're so proud of you," I guess, all that stuff, but instead I chose to do
That's not your style.
because I thought it would be funny. But
Uh-huh.
then I had to do the whole I bought her a book for Christmas, a Jack Candy, and then I actually thought I can't just get her one because like that's like too specific. Like why would I just get her this? So I got one for Haley too. So I have 2 different Jack Candy quote books so that they can get to know his like his
Kind of
genius.
humor.
So that by the time
Mhm.
she gets her yearbook, so I'm really playing the long game right now. And I
The
hope it
long
pays
game.
off.
She'll get
Yeah.
it. She's your daughter and she knows. She
Yeah.
knows you.
Yeah, and she opened the mail the other day and pulled it out and was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "You didn't see that." Like, you didn't see
Right.
that." And then she opened it and read a few things, and she was like, "This is stupid." And I was like, "You didn't see that."
You did not see it. And you don't get it because when you
These are
read them
not the
all,
droids you're looking for.
I think my favorite one of his was when he's like, "Did you know that with um, coral, brown paint, and wood screws, you can make a child look like a deer?" Like, huh,
I do now.
all right.
Oh, we can do
Yep.
that.
Now we know.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well,
but
I
quotes.
think
Quotes are good.
quotes. Oh
I
my
have
God.
all of my old ones in the back of my old journals and things. There's a
I
lot of them.
yeah, I do like I have a like an Instagram account that's just like where I share things that like I like that are separate from like the ones I share like my family and stuff like that. And normally
Yeah.
I'm sharing like quotes that I like. It's like my own collection of like just
Yeah.
things that have
Um,
resonated with me or
uh-huh.
I've liked.
I get a lot more cynical now. Like, I don't know. Like I'll go back and read my old journals and I'll see the quotes that are like, if you keep your face to the sun, you'll never see the shadows. I'm like, oh yeah, well you'll also go blind because
You dumb fucking pig.
seriously, like always, always. Like, anyways, quotes are awesome, but it's more important just to be a good person and live a good life. That's it. Just
true.
yeah. They're not going to change your life. They'll give you a little blip of, oh, interesting, and then that's it. But hopefully they won't piss you off either. Like, because everything happens for a reason, and
And this too shall pass.
this too shall pass.
Mhm.
This too shall pass.
Yeah. And it does
Yeah.
though, for realsies. Everything passes.
Yeah.
Like the
Indeed.
amount of time we have to be doing this, so I gotta
That's
go.
true. I would just talk to you all afternoon. Sorry.
I know.
But have fun at your next parade. May it be
Mm,
amazing and warm.
yeah, it will be. It should be warm. Should be amazing. I'm gonna go take a nap. I will tell
That's a
you
good thing to do too.
because I can.
Yes.
Yeah, because I need a nap between this and that, and going to Busch Gardens yesterday. Freaking tired.
Yeah.
I have been a little anxious today doing the 2 parades. Had you seen I don't know where it happened. There was an event where somebody drove into a parade and like took
That's
out a lot of
right.
people. And I was like, I freaking hate that that's even in the back
That's
of my
something
mind
you have
as
to
like
worry.
yeah, I don't think I really have to worry about it, but also I'm like, God, like nobody thinks they have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's even in the back of my mind as like
That sucks.
a feeling, I'm like, I hate that. I hate that people could take the joy out of certain things by
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead and tell the people that happen to that this too shall pass. Like, screw you. No. But yeah, exactly. Just so that it's even there. Every time I go to an auditorium, there's always that thing in my head, like, oh, okay, where's the exits? What would I do? What would just
yeah, more so than when
this
we were
learned
younger.
paranoia. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that it feels like a necessity, you know?
Yeah. Yes. So remain safe, please.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Be safe.
I will. All right. Well, I love you, and I Lilas.
Love you too, Lilas.
And
Good to talk to you.
until we meet again, this too shall pass.
Definitely. This too shall pass.
Bye.
For any of you who have made it to the end of this podcast, this has now passed.
Also, please subscribe. Now
Like and
listen to Elena
subscribe.
tell you to subscribe. Bye.
Awesome. Bye.
Subscribe up there.
Subscribe.
There's a subscribe up there.
Okay.
Like the button.